man? What is going on, man? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there at the Corporate Station doing what they need to do to survive. Man, shout out to my brother Dave from No Compromise, James Youngblood, Georgia in the building, Texas in the building, Erica, Florida in the building, Shawnee in the building, Philly is in the building. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to all my family, friends, Taj, Mariah, everybody out there, homegirl Jerica, Melina, Time, Miss Time, everybody out there, man. What's happening? Man, I got a great one today. Look, David James, hey man, what about your girl Sheila Jackson Lee just cussing her staff out? That is some funny shit. I don't give a motherfucker. She sound like Kirk Franklin when he was cussing out his son. Anyway, man, we got a good one for you today. We got a good one. A real good one. We gonna talk about your girl Hannah Payne and wanting to be George Zimmerman Part 2. And see, after George Zimmerman, yeah, you can blame your girl George Zimmerman. I mean, your boy George Zimmerman, because he acted like a female. You wanted to be a vigilante until it was time to go to prison. Then you wanted to act like you was on some self-defense. Sorry, homie. And now, because of that, now anybody else that does that, look at Ahmaud Arbery. You know what I mean? Then you have all these other instances. So now, we're not playing that now. Guilty, motherfucker. Let's get into it. I got some video. Man, when she was in there crying, I was rolling. You said, why was you rolling?
2 people and their families.
And the reason why I was rolling, because it's like, the 911 operator told you not to follow this man, told you not to do it, and as Tariq Nasheed says, I'm white and I say so, so I'm gonna do it anyway. And then when they found you guilty, you can't start crying. You were being a vigilante. That's why we have police officers. That's why we have law enforcement, to protect and serve. So you can't be a vigilante and then think all of a sudden you can say that you were defending yourself. You were the aggressor. So let's get into it. This shit had me roll. Yeah, let's get into it. This shit is funny as a motherfucker.
Forever changed after a car crash. Hannah Payne, the young woman on trial for killing a man who...
Y'all should see this. She just crying, pouring on look, don't nobody feel sorry for you. You were the vigilante. You were the aggressor. 911 dispatch told you don't follow him, and you did it anyway. Now, suppose she would have got killed and been the aggressor. That man would have went to prison. It was like he had a death sentence anyway. You in danger every time you leave your home.
Fled the scene of a car crash, found guilty on all charges against her. Family members of Kenneth Herring say they're finding comfort after 12 jurors found Payne guilty of his death.
Atlanta News 1st Tori Cooper inside the courtroom for the verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Just like my song, just like Slavery by Another Name, how they would tell us, guilty nigga, now it's your turn.
The one word family members of 65-year-old Kenneth Herring have been waiting to hear for the last 5 years.
It was a relief that, although my brother died over nothing, but it was a relief that
he did die over nothing. That lady, 911 dispatch told you to leave him alone. You wanted to go chase me anyway. You're a vigilante.
we can say now he's at rest.
And 25-year-old Hannah Payne has been dreading. Jurors found Payne guilty of murdering Kenneth Herring back in 2019. Herring left the scene of an accident in Clayton County when Hannah Payne chased him down and shot him in his car. During closing arguments, Payne's attorney made one final push to jurors that his client acted in self-defense.
This is not some killer. This is not some murder.
She is a murderer and a killer. You chased him down after 911 dispatch told you not to, and then you shot him.
This is a young girl that got caught up in the wrong situation with a good heart and good intention.
Ultimately, it wasn't enough to convince 12 jurors.
They saw all of the evidence and they came back with a swift verdict.
The jury requested to review 911 calls and body camera video one last time during deliberations Tuesday. 30 minutes later, The jury returned
Informed that you have reached a verdict.
and found Payne guilty of felony murder, malice murder, and 6 other charges related to the crime.
That's what you get.
For state prosecutors, it's a long, hard-fought victory.
Relieved,
Man.
happy, the whole range of emotions at this point in time.
For Herring's family,
Been long and arduous. It was hard on my family.
I'll never
Man.
forget it. It will forever be ingrained in my heart and in my mind.
Thank you.
That report from Tori Cooper tonight. Now, Hannah Payne's family was beyond distraught after Hannah was taken away
How could y'all be beyond distraught? She killed somebody.
in handcuffs, and they did not want to comment. Her sentencing hearing is now set for Friday at 10 a.m.
Good. Let's cut the music back on. And I don't feel sorry for her at all. I think it's hilarious. Y'all like, why you think it's hilarious? That's what she did. You can't be a vigilante and chase somebody down, and then after you chase somebody down and you shoot them and kill them, and then be like, oh, well, it was self-defense. No. No damn self-defense. I want to hear that sucker shit. Guilty.
Do you suffer from anxiety, feeling
No, I don't suffer from anxiety. I'm trying to find another video. I'm so sick of that motherfucker too.
Be sure to join our Bring the...
No, I don't want to hear nothing about no damn beep 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 Roland Martin with his punk ass. Man, fuck him. Man. I just want to see what other, outlets are talking about this, because this should be all over the news.
I'm white. I got you, bro.
Let's see.
Selling water without a permit on my property.
Whoa! Hey! Here, let's see if we can get through this. Oh no, we definitely not watching that. We're not watching no fucking Roland Martin. You can get the fuck out of here. Okay. Okay, let's see what I can find. Let's see what I can. What was her name? Hannah. Yeah. We gonna. Okay. All right. Let's see. We already talked to the family. Let's see what they talking about. I just want to hear some other comments, because a lot of times we don't get a chance to hear the family.
What do you have to say, man? Can you say your name first of all?
My name is Vicky Herring.
And your relationship to Mr. Herring?
I am his baby sister. I'm the youngest sister.
Your thoughts on how this unfolded?
It's been long and arduous.
Man.
It was.
Here, let's get something else. Let's see. No, we don't want to hear. We just want to hear a little bit. Let's see what we got going on. I just want to play this because I want to hear it.
Well, folks, we have breaking news after 1 hour and, 29 minutes of deliberations in the case against Hannah Payne. The jury has reached a verdict.
Yeah.
Payne, remember, is charged with murder after she followed 62-year-old Kenneth Herring from the scene of an accident and shot him during a confrontation.
Did y'all hear that? She followed him and shot him.
Again, the jury, they asked to see a couple of things. They had a question probably about 30 minutes or so ago. They wanted the eyewitness video, body cam video, Payne's 911 call, the second one. And I think, let me bring back in my guests here, still with me, of course, Marsha Minot, Ted Golden. I think it played out exactly as we said, Marsha. I think there was a juror who maybe had a question, was wondering whether to convict on one or more of the charges, and the rest of the jurors said, hey, wait a minute. I think we're on solid ground with a guilty verdict. Why don't we take a look at the things that I guess, in my estimation, were some of the most important.
Look, I'm waiting to be a damn juror on one of them cases. I'm going to be looking at everybody like, I don't know why y'all even looking at me. She guilty or he's guilty. We don't even need to look at it. If you're a vigilante, you're guilty, period.
Evidence in the case, the eyewitness video, body cam video, and Payne's second 911 call.
I agree. I think that whenever you select your foreman, and once a juror selects their foreman, then they usually take a vote. And whatever the split vote is, the majority will start trying to convince the other jurors regarding the evidence as to why they believe that their decision is wrong. So deliberation starts again. And a lot of times they'll reach out to the court and say, hey, can I see this piece of evidence? Because this piece of evidence is what we need to convince either this one juror or these jurors that their vote right now is not correct.
Ted, 1 hour, 29 minutes of deliberations. If you're a defense attorney, now we had a story from Marcia that she had a very quick verdict, but in her favor, but generally 1 hour and 29 minutes, not a good look for Hannah Payne.
No, it's definitely not a good look because that means the evidence was clear and understandable, and they made.
Ain't no, look, we don't even need to listen to more. Hey, let's just cut that shit. Just cut that shit off. Ain't no other evidence. She guilty. If you call 911 and say somebody fled the scene of a crime or an accident, you wait for the police to come. You don't go chasing them down, starting a goddamn confrontation, and then shooting somebody. That was the intent. You wanted to shoot somebody. You were armed and you were dangerous. And you wanted to shoot somebody. Then you want to go in court and play this whole, I was defending myself and I'm not a killer. Well, your mentality was of a killer. Guilty, and you're going to prison. And you can smile and start crying and, oh my God, I'm going to prison. Thank George Zimmerman. He was the first vigilante on film that fucking went and called the police. And then when they said, please don't follow him, he did it anyway and shot him and killed him and got into a fight and shot him and killed him. So I don't want to hear that. That's the problem. You're not a vigilante. Look, it is not your job to fucking follow somebody around and cause a problem. No, you call the police and let them handle it. You're a civilian. You can't be a vigilante and then say, I was protecting myself. It'd be different if he didn't flee the scene of the crime and he started getting belligerent with you and acting a fool and putting his hands on you. Okay, now there's probable cause for you to say, hey, I was defending myself. I was standing my ground. You can't follow somebody around, be the aggressor, be a vigilante, and then when you kill him, oh, my bad, I was defending myself. No, that's what you get. And let that be a lesson. And y'all notice they're not putting this on CNN. They're not putting this on Fox. They don't want people to see this. Because you know what? Once people start seeing it, they're going to start thinking twice about becoming a vigilante and thinking like, oh, yeah, I'm going to kill this nigga. Hey, you got to stop that. She could have lost her life. And this is the type of shit we got to deal with every day. That's why you in danger every time you leave your home. That's why, man, stop riding around with everybody and getting it. When you want to go somewhere, tell everybody everybody needs to drive their own car. Don't have a whole bunch of people in your car. Pay attention. Get out the way. There ain't no need for you to cause a scene because this is what these people are doing now. Look at Ahmaud Arbery. Oh, we saw him breaking in the house. But y'all not the police. And then once they were found guilty, now all of a sudden they want to start crying and acting like, oh, well, we was defending ourselves. You wasn't defending yourself. You chased and you hunted him down and you got a shotgun and you killed him. When are we going to wake up, man? Finally, they got it right. Even the judge asked everybody on the jury, okay, did you feel like your decision was fair? Yeah. I would have been like, why are you asking them this? The lady sounded like she was a non-foundational Black American judge, but I just was like, why are you asking the goddamn jury that? It is what is guilty, motherfucker. No. And I don't want to hear no, okay, she guilty, so she's gonna be sentenced for 25 years, but she's only gonna, but in 5 years she can get out. You know that sucker shit. Like what they did to the other motherfucker part of the alphabet community. Oh yeah, he gonna get 10 years. Then the only motherfucker only got 5 years of good behavior, he can get out. What kind of sucker shit is that? But when it comes to black, you know black folk are still in prison for mandatory minimums that your boy Joe Biden implemented. I don't even really think people understand that shit. They really don't. There's still people up here talking about vote Democrat. And like I told y'all before, they doing all this bogus shit to Donald Trump. And what? Is Donald Trump in jail? Nope. Is he going to prison? Nope. What do you think is going to happen? He's going to run and he's going to win again. This man is a billionaire. They do this all day for sport. So y'all motherfuckers up here talking about, oh, well, Joe Biden. And what I don't understand is, now where is all these black folk up here talking about vote for Democrat. I watched this thing on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Twitter. My man Afro Elite, shout out to that dude. Good brother, man. He be kicking knowledge. And there was this other brother that be on his podcast sometimes, and he confronted this Cobra dude. Man, that shit had me rolling. He was like, because the black dude was like, oh, well, black is a color and all this other shit. You know, these Moorish political terms, which is, you know, true. And the brother was like, okay, if that's the case, then why you sit up here talking about reparations for black people if you don't even consider yourself black? You consider yourself African, American. And he's like, oh, well, brother, because he's like, well, what have y'all done to push the needle one iota so black folk can receive reparations in this country? Then he got all mad and flustered and, oh, brother, I've been doing this since 1996. He said, brother, I'm not getting hostile with you. I'm not getting upset with you. I'm just asking you simple questions. What have y'all done? Because it seems like we're not moving. There's no forward progress with reparations. That's part of the problem. You have these black folk that are in positions of power, fictitious power, who does the bidding and does the devil's work because they getting some Hansel and Gretel crumbs. So that's part of the problem. Some people don't want to replace the system. They just want to live comfortable in it as long as it doesn't affect them and their family. And the reason why I'm talking about this today is because, let me tell you something, man. I ain't going to get into the details and all this, but let me tell you something. All these racial groups, they are playing Monopoly. And I saw it firsthand. I'm not going to get into the details, but I'm telling you right now, go look at your neighborhoods. Look at where you live at. Look at the racial groups that's in there. How many black folks are purchasing homes? I'm talking about, we need to look at those numbers, man. Because let me tell you, my neighborhood is Latinos, Asians, and whites. That's who's purchasing these homes. And in my neighborhood that I live with ain't even all that. But they purchasing these homes. When a home come up for sale, I ain't seen not near foundational black American come in this neighborhood and purchase a home. And I've been here a long time. But when it, you know what I mean? We have to really start pulling our resources together. And we got to start working together. And we got to stop having backdoor deals and this deal and that deal. Like, we have to have a common ground and work together, because why? We're not getting along. Everybody else, all these other racial groups are coming together for the greater good of owning property. And they are moving and they're making major moves. And that's something that we need to look at. That's why I'm looking like this dominant society person had to I'm white not say so, and I was going to do it anyway, and I'm probably going to get off. And the reason why they had that is because a lot of times we have to learn how to disagree in private and stand with each other in public, and we're not doing that. A lot of the times we prey on people's downfall, we prey on people's misperhaps, and we should do that. What we should start doing is uplift people in public, and in private, if you have issues with that person, you know, you can discuss those issues. And if you can't discuss it with them because you don't know them personally, just leave it alone. Ain't no need to go around running a smear campaign on your fellow brother, sister. That doesn't do nothing but make the dominant society laugh at you and your racial group. As Dr. Carl Anderson speaks, racism is a team sport. And I'm waiting to see when we gonna wake up and see that shit. Because I'm telling you, I'm watching it. I see it. When a house comes up for sale, I look and see who's going in there, who's looking. The last time I seen a lot of black people look at new homes or just look at homes, period, that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not lying. This is not, Dave from No Compromise, James Youngblood, Eric Ashani. This is no lie. I'm not lying to y'all. All y'all that's listening, I'm telling you, it normally be the dominant society, Latinos or Asians. It don't be us. And don't tell me we ain't got the money. We got money for Gucci and Fendi and Louis and Prada and all this other sucker shit, but we ain't got money to go purchase no home. And that goes back to, what are we being taught? And if you haven't been taught, like I haven't been taught, then go learn it. And when you go learn it, you're going to open up your eyes and be like, damn, man. And then we have to start placing that responsibility on the generation before us for not teaching us about property and 401k and stock. Maybe the generation before us didn't know a lot about 401k and stock, but they definitely knew about property. Because if you go to Los Angeles, California, all those older homes are owned by black folk. So we knew about buying property. We just didn't want to teach the next generation shit. And that's where the issue lies, and that's where the issue with me lies, because when you look at situations where this girl could just be eventually to do that, she's doing that because we are divided. And because the system is set up for us to lose and for them to win, and it is a team sport. And if you're not replacing the system with a system of justice, I don't really know what you're doing. That's why I kind of just keep by myself, because I want to hang out with a bunch of people because everybody has their own goals, dreams, ambitions. Everybody's focused on other things. I get it. We want to watch NBA and all this other sucker shit. I get that. That's entertainment. It's controlled opposition. But you got to look at what's going on around you. I don't care where you live at. I don't care if it's an apartment. I don't care where you live. Look at the conditions. Look at who's purchasing homes. Look at it. I challenge everybody. Drive through a neighborhood that you ain't been to in a long time and see who's in these homes. Just drive in the neighborhood. I do it all the time. I go to different neighborhoods all the time in Las Vegas, Nevada, because I want to see who's in these homes. And it fucked me up when I started seeing the dominant society, our Latino brothers and sisters, the Asian community. You see them in damn near every other home. And then there's a sprinkle of a black here and a sprinkle of a black there. And I got a whole other story to tell. I ain't gonna say it yet, but it fucked me up. And we gotta wake up, because this shit is serious business. And if we think this is for play, we got another thing coming, man. You know, I just look at what's going on. It's a team sport. Stop being afraid to give people compliments. And stop thinking that you're the only one that's supposed to get the compliments either. You know, you got the people that feel like they the only one supposed to get compliments, but they don't want to give out the compliments. Stop all that sucker shit. I know for me, I'm quick to give somebody, hey man, that shit tight. I don't give a fuck about that shit. It's material. Materials come and go. That shit don't mean nothing to me. That's why you gotta give people compliments. Oh man, that shit tight. Okay, woo. Man, I like what you know, I still do that. Hey, my brother, man, I like that, right? Oh, man, good looking out, bro. Yeah, man, I like that. Some people are not willing to accept the compliment because they don't even know if you're going to try to rob them or do some shit, because we look at each other through the eyes of the dominant society so much. It is hard to let your guard down around your own people. And it's sad because your own people are so judgmental of everything you got going on. And I understand that. And that comes from slavery and racism, white supremacy. But it's just still your job to establish a system of justice. I don't give a fuck who you date, who you married. I don't care about none of that. That doesn't mean anything. That ain't never mean nothing to me. What are your good works that you are doing? How are you recycling your black dollars? I don't want to hear all this other sucker shit. You say, oh, Warren, you said, no, man, please, don't even get me started on that shit. I've been around the most blackest people, and they treat black folk like shit. At the job, off the job, you be like, damn, you thinking that they the cool. So I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm talking about, what are you doing? Examples. Are you recycling your black dollar? Are you supporting black businesses like Dave from No Compromise? You gonna buy a painting? What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna sit up there and follow David and cheer him on for all his good work, but don't put no money in his hand? Like, what kind of sucker shit is that? Oh, well, you can't say nothing. Ask David about me. I don't need to tell y'all nothing. Ask David. Go in his DM and say, hey, David, man, this dude Warren be talking all that shit. Has he ever supported? David will tell you about me. I don't need to brag. He'll tell you. That's all I got to say. Because that's what you're supposed to do. Man. I remember one of my sisters, man, she make these pies, man. They bomb as fuck. I'll eat a whole one by myself. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. These sweet potato pies is bomb. I don't care if she's making them just to be nice. I'm still trying to put something in her hand. Why you do that, Warren? Because that's called recycling black dollars. But that's your sister. It don't matter. Pay anyway. God damn. You know what I'm saying? And then when they blow up, cheer them on. Don't be like, man, I remember when you was selling. I can't wait till you blow up. I'll be laughing. I'm be like, good. Now charge them motherfuckers. And then when you blow up, I'll be like, and let me get an order of 10 of them motherfuckers too. I got my money. Shit. And them pies is way better than Patti LaBelle pies. I love Patti LaBelle, but Patti LaBelle's not fucking with these pies. That's a fact. I done took these pies to several different people. Friends, people in high school, motherfuckers was hooked on them motherfuckers. So I don't want to hear that sucker shit. Patti LaBelle selling them pies based off her name. And I'm not mad at Patti for getting that money. But these pies is bomb. And I'm just using that as an example because we have a tendency not to want to support shit. You just don't want to put no money in nobody's hand. We don't want to see nobody win. It's like, what kind of southern shit is you? Like, what you got going on? That's why sometimes I sit back. I remember one time my brother David, and I don't want to put my brother out there like that, but I remember one time my brother David was being too generous. Man, I went on his comments and I was like, do not ever do that shit again. These motherfuckers need to pay. Not because, you know, you're just supposed to just lean on your own people, because they're supposed to show the gratitude for what you're doing for the community. That's what I'm saying. Why does it take a celebrity to co-sign David for a motherfucker to be like, man, let's put something in his hand? God damn, man. Like, we so afraid that we put something in somebody's hand, they're going to be greater than us. Sometimes it's meant for them to be greater than you. It's meant for that. Man, I say it all the time. I can't, look, motherfuckers think I'm playing. You can ask my siblings. I'd be like, I can't wait till one of my siblings hit the lotto. I'm quitting. I ain't gonna be at the corporate plantation no more. No, I'll fuck with you, but I can't wait. Because it's gonna teach them. They're gonna see what it is to have money. And I ain't gonna be all in their pockets. But I want them to have it. Because you want them to want it for you. God damn. It starts at home first. It's not about everybody agreeing. All my siblings, we have our own way of thinking, our own way of doing things, and our own way of how we handle business. But that doesn't mean you don't want them to win. I want everybody to win. Fuck that. Living in the United States of America Incorporated is hard enough. Why the fuck would I want somebody not to win? I'm more of the Dame Dash approach. I want everybody to have money. What if I fall off? I should be able to go to one of my siblings or somebody like, hey man, I'm running out. You know, I'm running out type thing. And they come together and put me back on. And then when they run out, we come together and put them back on. That's how family's supposed to work. And that's how people's supposed to work in general that are part of your racial group. You look at the Latino community. Look, I'm gonna start taking pictures. You know these Latinos got these little food shops, little food carts set up on damn near every corner out here in Las Vegas, and they shits be crowded as fuck. They always support each other, no matter if they like each other or not. I bet you if I set up a shop like that, not that nigga support it. Niggas drive by, act like I don't even exist. I could have Jesus next to me helping me cook the damn food. Motherfuckers still be like, okay, so are you, you know, I see that Jesus ain't even got no gloves on, y'all. Like, niggas still be talking shit. Jesus ain't even got no hairnet on. Like, that's how niggas are. Straight up. And I look at the Latino community, they ain't got no gloves, they ain't got no hairnet, they ain't got nothing, and they be selling out like a motherfucker. Black folks, oh man, he ain't got no gloves, he ain't got no hairnet, he ain't got this, he ain't got that. Look at his hands, it's dirty. Like, God damn, man, we go so hard on each other, it makes it damn near impossible for us to support each other. We have to get out of that situation and stop counting people's money when they are evolving and they're ascending to greatness. Instead of counting their money, look at their steps and what they're taking. And if they're honorable, you should want to be like that. So you can move and you can ascend. And for the older generation, stop hiding the information. You want the generation after you to know it so they can help you as you get older. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is just things that I talk about all the time, and I think about it, and I've really been thinking about it with my brother David No Compromise, because that brother's doing a lot of good shit in the community. Now, he got way more pages than me, but like I said before, those kids and what he's doing those kids for, they love this brother, and they respect this brother. So, you know, I just think we should watch that and look at that. He not chasing no clout or doing none of that. I bet you if David was talking about fucking bitches and all this other shit, oh, they'd be sold out. Motherfuckers be buying shit left and right. But he trying to do shit the right way. And it's like, goddamn. David should have 100,000 followers on Instagram. But he talk about the right shit, so it's some other shit. That's what I said. Black folks don't want to hear the information that could help them. They want to hear information that divides them and starts drama. We get a high off when we see drama. You know what I mean? We got to get out of that mode and reverse and be like, no, that's a lower vibration that you come with. Let's talk about something that's ascending. And that's what I try to do. And y'all know what it is. And let's not celebrate because this lady was found guilty. At the end of the day, she killed somebody. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.